So, we got a great show, and tomorrow is going to be a special show because, ooh, bring in the microphone. What reminded me of the microphone is that beautiful sound of the siren behind me. So, tomorrow's a special day because we'll do the grad show, and then I think it will just immediately transition into the candidates, where all three of the senseis are going to try to be on it. Will we provide full coverage? Good question. I don't know. I know I can't do all of it, but between us three, maybe, maybe. All right, let's get this party started here. First up, we have Hayek's. And Hayek's got here a couple months ago. And let's look at what Hayek's is doing. Done a little bit of work here. Oh, dude, did a lot of work in the 0 to 300 cohort. Very nice. Actually, let's look at the ratings here. Definitely went up. This is looking good. And then clubs. No clubs yet. We'll go back to the activity. That's really good, man. That's really good. So mostly in the games and analysis category. Okay. So, do we have some games? No games. If I go back with the activity, the dude says he's got 10 annotated games, but we don't see him yet. So that's a bummer. Anyway, cool that Hayek's is here. And with this kind of rating growth, we're going to see him better. Okay. Cool. Now, I already blew it once, but we're going to fix this. What did I blow? I'm supposed to just right-click on a name. And, Boomer GM, he doesn't always get it right. But I'm going to do it right now. Now, R2RO, if I remember right, was last week graduated into the 3 to 400, now graduating again 4 to 5. And R2RO says, it's getting tougher to find someone to play and do a post-mortem here in the dojo, but I'm still excited about my improvement. My favorite part of the training has become the review of my games and my analysis in the cross-cohort training. Great. The cross-cohort training is something I'm pumped on. And one cool thing, actually, I really enjoyed about last week's shows, and a couple the weeks before that, is people were saying, Sleepy and others, Das Debug, have helped me out. And then I did an appreciation stream for those guys, just covering some of their games a couple days ago. So if someone's helped you in particular, put it in the comments. Give them a shout out, So, all right, let's look at R2RO. All right. Yeah, so you can tell they are just flying up. In fact, look, dude is ready to graduate again. Ready to do it again. So we're going to see him next week too. All right, so let's go activity. Probably not that many points. Well, dude did 22 hours in the last week. I'm pretty sure it was just a week ago that they graduated the first time. Oh, and now when you can see the icon a little more clearly, it's definitely, a Star Wars reference. Okay, so we figured that out last time. Come on. Oh, dude is doing good work. Clubs? No clubs. Games. All right. And he's the dark squared Sith. All right. So this was played. Oh, this was just played today and published today. Holy moly. So let's take a look. Nope, that isn't it. Maybe he's intending to do the analysis in a little bit. Let's click this one. All right, we're going to flip it. This is from Black's point of view. Fine. Yeah. Okay, so you're, as expected, you're going to be playing people who aren't going to develop their pieces. And you are doing fantastic. Good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And it's kind of a fun little setup, I guess we could call it, with this guy. And you play d4. Now, this is an interesting question about how you should prosecute this position. I think white is in big trouble. And you have a couple moves that I like a lot. This move looks good, but even better like this, just march this pawn. And the barbaric idea here is to develop our rook from where it stands. Like normally we bring the rook to the middle. Here we want to hit him with the barbarity. So I'm not sure about this because it's going to give that knight a couple squares to go to. Now, if I was white, I would have traded the queen, right? So you trade the queens. Oh, that's not it. Okay. So, let's think about this. It would be good to try to explain like why you did that move, right? Why did you do that move? Because it makes me super nervous that we're going to get bank rank mated, and it doesn't really serve a purpose either. Remember, now that we've reached the end game, the king kind of wants to be in the middle of the board. Okay. And white has improved his position nicely. Notice that white is one of these players that is moving too fast. You can see we're at move 14. They've barely used any time at all. Okay, a little funny. But we did kick the rook away. Okay. Okay. Good, thank you very much. Oh, well done. Ooh. Yeah, definitely knight takes e3, but knight b4, you're still doing great. Let's take another one. And whenever they do that, you got to say thank you very much. However, dude does have this move. Maybe we missed that. Knight c3, bishop, king. Good move. Notice, that's where the king wants to be anyway. Knight v5, okay. Let me just share that knight b5 is fine, but you also had this check. Oh, that wasn't it. Well, was it that bad, Kraai? Was it that bad? Knight a3. And then, is he in trouble, though? And what should he play? You're saying rook c1 and you just go back, but that's kind of uninspiring. It means that this rook a1 maybe wasn't that bad. I don't know why I had such a visceral reaction to rook a1. Yeah. Megar Zerker asks, who will be commentating tomorrow? Good question. Good question. I think I might be there at the beginning, and Pruess is in like a rainy village in France, so unclear how long he'll last. And then Kostya is really the night owl. Will he be around? We'll see. All right, so definitely a blunder. Thank you very much. And then boom. And I guess he resigns. Okay. Now, one thing I want to compliment you on is your opening. What a great position you got. And I think one of the rules of the dojo that you could even say is when we're playing at the under 1,000 level, we say to ourselves, all right, the way this game will be decided is someone hanging pieces, as was the case here. But we still want to have good opening principles, and yours are fantastic here. And it's putting some pressure on white, right? Great. Great. Okay. So R2RO, I like the way you're doing this. This looks really good. In fact, I think this game, by the way, was posted before your last graduation. So you're even stronger now. Ooh, and I'm going to do my best to mark these games as reviewed. Okay, boom. And now we got White Knight, who has graduated muchos veces here. Since December, when I took on a new role at work, have not had a lot of time for chess. Hope to get more practice and learning about the game in. Longer games are helpful. Keep up the good work, senseis. Okay, thank you. So this is White Knight. White Knight. We actually have a new club I believe they're in Wales, and they're called the White Knights. So somehow my mind went there. This is great. March 23. That isn't even a Queen's Gambit boom. That's just yesterday. Well, a year ago. All right. Now, this rating graph confuses me because it's all over the place. The Lee Chess thing just confuses me, and it probably hasn't played much on the ChessCom. All right, so let's go back and see how he did it. 53 hours. Pretty strong here. Lots of time spent. Let's click around a little bit. Tactics, okay. I'm trying to get for Dojo 3.0 and the analysis of all of our recs, I'm trying to get a completion rate or attempted rate, like who has done what of which tasks. And the first analysis does not match up with what the stats are telling me. My look is I've seen everybody finishing these bad boys, everyone's first chess workbook. But then in the stats, it didn't say that. And I was like, what? So I'm like, I don't know if I trust the stats, That's not fitting my smell test here. But we're still working on it. All right, so this is quite nice. I think I might have done this one, though, because this was a while back, and I remember looking, actually, at this game. Let's see if we got some clubs. No clubs. So that's kind of a bummer. There's no new games here. It's definitely not since the last graduation. And I remember that. So quite nice. Give us some more games, Bows. Simple man. I almost broke out into the Leonard Skinner song, but I did not do it. Thank you very much. All right, next up we have X. Look at the amount of works here done. 94.85. That's a lot of work. Let's look at what's going on with Mr. X. Mr. X, when I did the top of the cohort show, which was about people who have done the most work in any given cohort, X was there. X was there. I don't know why I'm not following him yet. And the problem is, X, we don't know what's going on with X. Let's just say, you guys, we don't know. He's got a rating of 1585. X, what are you doing down in the basement over here, buddy? What's going on? Maybe Skevik, something like that. Okay, so let's go back. Something's going on with X. X, dude, put yourself in the right cohort. Next up, we got Dez. Maybe just joined. Usually, it's oftentimes somebody just joins and clicks on a graduate when they got 0. But let's just see what's going on. So 601, wrong cohort, Dez. Wrong cohort. Come on, you guys. Let's get it together. Next up, we have Data Scientologist. Okay, let's read. I really like this program. Thanks for making it. I started playing chess last September and joined the dojo about 2 weeks ago. Beautiful. I think I'm getting graduated based on my rating. I listed at 1,000 when I joined, but it was actually a little higher. That might be elite chess rating. Last weekend, I was able to get in some sparring with MJ. Started trying to comment my games and otherwise get used to the program. I did not do the king and rook versus king mates because I am pretty clear on at least a consistent algorithm for those mates, and even a few of the king and pawn / king type endings. All in all, I'm really enjoying the program so far and will be trying to line up peers for sparring, games, general study. Okay, that's a great synopsis. I definitely think, well, if you can do those mates, you should do them. You should do them to prove to yourself and to everybody that you can do them. Anyways, here we go. All right. So. Yep, no one down here is playing proper openings. Right. No need, my friends, to be studying hectic openings. Just have to get out my pieces, not blunder, and win. I do play OTB. Nice. Okay. That's great. And it looks like data scientologist is close to even moving up to the next level. All right, so we got some activity, and they were down here. They had 26 hours, and a little bit of, okay, I understand. What do they do? Middle game strategy, the win conversion, good. And did some postmortems. That means we might not have any games. Let's see. Now listen, you guys, if you did a game, put a game in. Put a game that you did it. Say, I did it, Baus. I did it. What do they do in non-dojo? Chess Media Weekly Lesson. Okay, great. Of all the non-dojo stuff, I'll say the weekly lesson is great, even though it's going to be probably a little expensive, right? That's the one I'm into. All right, so clubs, Denver Dojo. By the way, I'm a friend of the Denver Dojo, my friends. Played there twice recently. Grew up in the southern state, the superior cousin, if you will, to the state of Kuluroto. But anyways, I've been there. I'm a friend of those guys. So, boom. And looks like this is a titled opponent. Do we want that one, or do we want Nicholas Preston against Brookins? This looks more like an actual game that we can sink our teeth into. I'm going to go for this one. All right, he's got his analysis there. This looks like a Monday night game. Okay. Fine. Oh, I like that note too. Good note. Now, this is the move I want to criticize. Yeah, it's not terrible, but I just want you to see it's not necessary. Okay, I take it back. You're doing great. You're doing great. Now, E5 looks like a blunder of a pawn. Boom. Thank you very much. You say boom. Now you say boom. Weird. He should be playing rook e8. That's the real question. Maybe they can get the pawn back. Good move. No, buddy. Look, this is the engine not helping you. This is the engine not helping you. Queen c2 and castles are both fine. This is a mistake. Why? Because you just stole a pawn, and dude needs to at least try to get it back. Something like rook e8, right? Okay. Here h3 would make some sense. Maybe knight e5. Weird. Doesn't make any sense to put the queen there. Now, we're going to call that your most frisky move. You could have brought the other knight back, but I think it's okay. It makes me a little nervous. But it's probably okay. Good. Finally, he noticed he lost a tempo on that move. Okay. Move 16 was rook d2, and this was a mistake per engine. Now listen. This is very important for anybody. The engine is killing you here because you're not even saying why rook d2 was wrong. You got to be able to say it, right? I like how this is played at the IHOP. Do we have a time graph? Not really. You got to be able to express in words. What's the problem? Well, when snip, if you go that snip, then you lose the pawn. If you go that snip, you lose the knight. One of the reasons that knight on e5 is making me nervous. So don't use the engine. Try to figure it out for yourself. If you want to ask the engine after, then that's a good thing. Now, you're hanging your pawn on a2 with this move. Terrible move. This seems to encourage, yeah, again, the engine saying it's wrong. Why is it wrong? Because he's taking your pawn for free. So don't use the engine. It's not helping. That's a frisky move. Now we might be, we might have some troubles. For example, What would happen if they snipped and snapped? Now your rook's all the way in there. That isn't it. And here, knight f6, I just want to point out a nice move you got here. Bam! Bam! Oh, baby, we're crushing now. Right? Everything's falling. Okay. Data Scientologist, I just, by the way, you shouldn't feel too bad about the engine use. It's very common, especially when people just join the dojo, that they use the engine as their mind when they're going over their games, and then they don't get any benefit from going over their games because they're just saying stuff like the engine said this. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. Okay, so you guys like my chair? This is a chair that DM Hokie of the Chess Dojo recommended to me. I had an attitude about gamer chairs because I was like, I'm not a gamer. But he was like, dude, no, this isn't just for gamers. This is the chair of choice. And so, my friends, I'm kind of relaxed right now. Previous shows, maybe I was a little bit grumpy, mean to people. Maybe now. Maybe now I'll mellow it out a little bit, We'll see. Next up, we have Tutan, who has graduated multiple times. Loving the program, he says, thanks very much, senseis and cohorts. It's a respectful bow. Very nice. Let's go look at Tutan. In the UK, that's a great pick. Clubs, UK Dojo. Yeah. Now I was thinking, am I really a chess dad? I got 2 kids, but they kind of are actively uninterested in chess. So I don't know if I actually qualify, but I do belong to that club. All right. So 6-7, looking good. Let's click on this. So we got some annotated games to look forward to, hopefully. Yeah, this is great. And, Tutan is moving up the list. Let's look at that rating graph. Dang. Yeah, he clipped it, and then, he hit went up way above 700 and then went down. This looks like a math function. All right, games. So this was played yesterday and was analyzed, I guess, today. Let's take a look. Club game for our online team against a player with a 1580 rating, who's actually the club captain. Okay, so we're playing somebody good. All right, so now they play something weird, and then the goal is for you to make solid developing moves. You can do a variety of things here. Let's see how you do. Good move. Fine. 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 Great. See? You don't need to know any names of the openings or yada yada. You're doing fine. You don't need to know that it's sometimes called the orangutan and sometimes the Polish. Doesn't matter. You're just playing good moves. Bishop e2. Knight c6. Okay, now, knight c6 is the first move. I'm like, I don't know, maybe not. Because what would have happened if dude had pushed you around? That's the issue. So your opponent then, 1580, though he is, makes a mistake and lets your knight live there for a little bit. Good move. You could have played that on the last move too, e5. d3. I saw this as a little passive though and decided to take space. Now, I want to stress, e4 in general, no, not what we want. It's not horrendous, but the thing I want you to see is that it's not a developing move. That brings us to the interesting question, though, of like what should you do and what would constitute a developing move. Okay. A default developing move would be to just move this bishop somewhere. Okay, that's one thing we can do. Another thing we could do is move this knight somewhere. Looks weird. Now you could say, Kraai, I can't believe you did that, Jesse. What's wrong with you? Well, the point would be to develop your rook with f5 and f4 and start attacking white's king. So there we go, e4. Okay. Okay. One thing I'll say, Tutan, it would be nice if we had a little bit more on the annotations. Okay, because you have a variety of things to do here. A default move really should be bishop d7 followed by moving the rook over. We could also consider taking that knight. A little weird. Okay, now you say snip. Now you go rook e8. Notice you're developing. I like it. Snip. Okay. This seems a little soft to me. Maybe knight c3 first. Maybe it doesn't make too much of a difference. e4. What is he doing? Moving his pawns 1,000 times. Now, king g7. I don't like it. Okay, let's talk about the position. Position is interesting. You have a couple problems to solve, and so does your opponent. This bishop isn't great because it's getting blocked in by all its pawns. But he does have a dream of someday doing something like that. In fact, you could say, oh, it might have been clever for him to play knight c3 because this isn't actually hanging due to this monster fork. And that's the kind of trick that people who are sensitive to time, a little higher rated, will be looking for. We have to deal with knight c3 to d5. Our king is actually a pretty good piece. And there's no need for him to go away other than that little knight d5 thing, which looks annoying. It, in some ways, is a move I'd like to play here. But then this would be terrible because my knight would be trapped. I might need to play c6, and that's more my speed. And I'll play it when the knight actually goes there. Now, notice this knight kind of needs to have some work done. So my intuition would be knight e6, knight c3, c6. Let's say they go over here. Then I'll bring the king back. And I'm going to say I feel pretty good about it. And I'm going to say my king is developed here. It's doing things. And now I can regroup to this great square and put my bishop somewhere nice. And I would rather be black because my king is better and my pieces are looking pretty good. Long story short, king in the endgame doesn't necessarily have to hide away. a4. What is it? Loss of time. What should he have done? Knight c3. b6. Now this makes me nervous because now you can't block the knight out of d5. Right? Boom. Oh, it's not letting me do it. Knight c3, knight d5. Okay. Boom. This is a mistake. h4 now wins the knight. And this is the kind of mistake that a stronger player would have found. A stronger player would have found this one. Now, isn't we playing a 1580 or something like that? Yeah, he was the club captain. He missed h4. Missed h4, buddy. Dogmatically piles his knight in there. You say snip. Now, we got to be careful about our knight, and you play a great move, f5. Oh, that's true about the en passant. Now, let me stress that this is a passive move, and it would be better to play rook e7. That way, our rook can go do, this rook can go do other things. On rook ac8, he can't do much. He's passive. h4, good move because the knight was putting pressure on this pawn. Okay, I don't know if I'm thrilled. In fact, I'm going to say bad move because it's just encouraging your knight to make tacos. And now, by the way, you are doing great, my friend. You have a monster position here. Knight d7. Oh, no. He was doing so good there. He was doing so good. Now, this might be a little bit of advanced analysis or positional play or whatever you want to call it. But notice that if we had played f4, bam, we have what looks like, I'm not going to guarantee it yet, but it looks like a strategically winning position. As long as we can consolidate this f4 square, and he can't push us around, we just have full strategic domination because our knight is just better. Just better. Now, I could do a whole analysis, but I think g3 would be the big question. Does it work? Yada, yada. Let's leave it there for a second, though. I'm going to say it works. We'll just defend. No, you don't get it. No. And then I want to play my active rook, hold this square. If I need to play this, this is terrible. Look at how strong that knight is. Oh, it's a GM dream. Okay, so now you're fixing this knight to go somewhere else. It's a pretty good square, we're going to say. It's a pretty good square. By the way, you are in the 700-800 category, cohort Teuton, and you're playing pretty good, man. That's good chess. Okay. Poor move. Yep. I was surely very excited. Actually, very excited. Yes, you were. Thank you very much. That's not it. Good move. That's not really doing anything. Now, you go for it. Boom. All right, so this is a committal move to play e3. Let's pretend it's okay. It's committal. Makes me a little nervous. And you like king f6. I think the simpleton way to play the position is to play rook e4. Let him come in to have that pawn. You can have it, but I'm going to take this bad boy. I will return to my beautiful square, and then I'm just going to have a question for you for the rest of the game. How do you feel about my pawn alpha? You know, how do you feel about him? We're just asking you a question, Bowers. You know, you go deal with him, and then I'll go eat everything over here. That's how alpha rolls. Okay, king f6. They're trying to get in, okay. Knight b3. Teuton, we need to do more annotations on here because this is where it's getting interesting. I think, by the way, that rook e4 still does it because you go here and there's no defending of this pawn because there's no bishop coming here. So this seems superficial. And now we need a plan. Now it's not easy. Okay. 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 He went for it. All right. Now. Boom. Now the bummer is you do not have knight c5. Okay. But knight c3. You have this move. Boom. Now, you are in a very spicy endgame now. And this is the kind of position that could arise in a GM level game. And so let's get into it. Boom. You went for it. I don't know what else you're going to do at this point. You're all in, as they say. Rook d8, a2, exclam. Knight b3. d6. And now you got tricked. You got tricked, my friend. Yeah. By the way, this move was high level to play knight b3. This is a very high level. And you should put in your annotations. Look at that. Bam! Take that! So, here we need some variations. You give rook e8, maybe. That might work out fine, actually, rook e8. It's not 100% clear to this person, you know. We will have to do some more investigations about rook e8. Okay, bad Russian accent, I know. Could we make it cleaner? It's pretty hot, dude. It's pretty hot. For example, knight d4, king here, knight here, d7, rook here, king here, rook takes, and he gets our knight, and then it's no fun. So, and then we'll say that's a draw. Okay, so, whew, it's a spicy business here, my friends. It looks, too, that you're in pretty deep time trouble here. So, you played that move instantly, but, you were probably nervous as all get out. And your opponent, by the way, has not done himself a favor by moving so quickly. So, I guess rook e8 is, in fact, the right move. Now, by the way, this is a great example of endgame play. Endgame play is where the variations can go furthest. And just to give you an example, first of all, we've kind of fudged the position to get here, i.e., there's been a lot of moving back and forth. We gave White a lot of extra time. So this is all, to my mind, forced, i.e., I think this is all like something that has to happen. We could talk about rook takes b6. That might be a similar thing. That might even be better for White, by the way. Rook b6, a3, here, 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 knight b3, b6. And maybe White's likes that position a little bit more, buddy. Maybe. Maybe. Now, though, I take it back. This is all losing. Because we can simply return with the rook now. So that's why rook takes d6 is forced. Notice it's not immediately clear to me. It takes a little moment. You got to work on it a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. So what am I saying? This variation looks forced. You're in the under 1000 cohort, but you're playing this forced variation, and here it gets hot and critical move, and you impulsively play a1. You're a little time pressure, right? Amazing. So now I think you're toast. Yeah. Boom. And the queen is cutting the knight off. Very sad. Oh, man. Arg, he says, I resign here. Well, Teuton, let's just say you were playing this big-time dude, and you pulled it together, played a reasonable opening. You don't need to know the name of the opening. Even if they're 1500, doesn't matter. What did you do? You just developed your pieces. Fine. That wasn't the problem. And he played, let me stress this. Okay, let me stress this. I know I say it kind of every time, but let me just stress this. In the under 1000 cohort, where your games will be decided is people giving away stuff for free. After that, this kind of person is not going to give it away for free. I'll tell you what they do, though. They'll give away time for free. And we can point to a number of moves where they gave away time for free. So this is just for you to know it. And in general, great rule of thumb, remember, is 3 free tempos equals a pawn. That's a great translation of the dimension of time to material, right? So, A3, loss of time. You win for it. Also a little bit of a loss of time on your part, but that's a nice developing move. Knight D4, A5. Really a loss of time because now B5 is going to kick you. He doesn't see it though. Okay, you go back. Fine. B5, you snip. Queen takes. Probably pawn takes is better. Rook E8, threatening some business on E3. Knight C3 should have been played. Loss of time. Why? Because your king wants to come to the party. Loss of time. Now, you can say to yourself, well, there's Knight C3. Okay. But if you had to do something and Knight C3 wasn't available, a stronger player would have played King F2. Why? Because that's a developing move. So loss of time, E4. Loss of time on your part. Loss of time. Really a loss of time, b6. Not necessary. And then that was hanging the piece. That's where the game is actually decided, okay? Your opponent misses it. Boom. Now notice, at this point, when the knight is not trapped, he's giving you time. He's like, oh, please bring your knight to that gorgeous e5 square. Oh, and then rook c4, loss of time, letting you come to e5 with time. Amazing. I liked f4, but honestly, your move was pretty sweet too. And now, white's suffering. You're doing great. And then this is just a blunder of a pawn. And here you're winning, okay? Really a loss of time. Does it do anything? No. And now you went for the party. And what you should see about king f6 is it doesn't actually do anything concrete. Yes, we want to bring our king to the center, but it doesn't do anything concrete. So here's where we want to think about how to use our advantage, right? Now, I know I've gotten a little theoretical here, but one thing I like about this is this analysis with rook e4, so this variation here, is we have traded a pawn. All right, Jesse, I don't know if you want to get so theoretical. Just humor me for a second. So we got 3 dimensions to the game, right? We got material, time, and then quality of position. Quality of position can sometimes be hard to understand, but let's take this position as an example. This pawn is easily blockadable, stopped. The king is right there. This pawn, oh, I should be referencing this pawn, but I'm getting rid of the a4 pawn. If I get this boy just to be a threat, oh, man, so powerful. So we call the outside pass pawn. And that's actually when we talk about the quality of position dimension, we're going to use fancy words like outside pass pawn. And it's what we also call a major bummer. Now, you then lost some time here. Time loss, right? I don't know what we're doing there either with rook e5. It's also it's become hard to know what to do, honestly, here too. And if you wanted to be safe, you could have played king back. In either case, not to allow this. Okay, great game. I believe I already hit this as marked as reviewed. And let's go back. Tutan, you did it, buddy. Giorgio. Been focusing on the tactics, materials, and blender games so far. I find the structure in the dojo helpful. Have tried my first game at a longer time control at 30-0. Planning to play more of the longer games moving forward. Okay, I'm liking this. Okay. $8.49, looking great. Yeah, join the dojo, my friends. You're gonna go up. Let's look. Clubs. Look at that, dude. Okay, loads of clubs. Activity. We're going to go back 1 to see how they did it. 37 hours. That's a lot of work. He says he's been focusing on the tactics. Let's take a look. Looks great. Looks great. I like it a lot. Clubs, we already did it. Kraai. Games. We got 1 game. Let's take a look. All right. So it's so cool, actually, that we've turned Giorgio onto a longer time control. And it's insightful to me that 30-0 feels like a really long game to him. And in the online world, that's a pretty long game. A pretty long game to get a 3-0. Okay, so here we go. We're going to see the time usage here too. Okay. Yeah. Now, in this weird thing, a6 is a sad move to make. Okay, but they are terrified, rightly so, of some kind of knight b5. Okay, h3. Now, you know I don't like it. You know I don't like it. But I get it. You're terrified of bishop g4, so you gave a tempo. Okay. a3. Loss of time. I would prefer castling, but okay. Loss of time. So yeah, he spent 4. A lot of times GM level 2, when you think forever, you're going to play a weird move. And if you just look at it calmly now, what's the right move? It's going to be castling. It's time to castle. You could also play bishop f4. Looks kind of annoying to deal with. Loss of time. Totally bizarre. Beyond bizarre. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, we'll see what he's going to do, but maybe his dream is like to go here and here to try to mate you. That would be superficial in a variety of ways, but let's just see if we're right on that. Rook b1. Fancy. You want to play a4. Yeah, I was right. I'm a good psychologist. So notice, black is going for this cheap threat, but he just he lost the tempo here. Actually, it's too tempy because it cost him 1 move to go there, and he still needs to come back into the game. Now, we do want to stop him from even coming here, so a nice move would be pop. I say, no, buddy, you ain't coming there. No way. So a4, bishop c7. Now we have to be mindful of his trickery. If he opens this and takes our knight, then there might be a mate problem. Boom. Boom. Bad move. I want you to see, this is very important, that when you take on b5, you are fixing the problem piece. Right? Fixing that problem piece. So anything would be better. And then that's a blunder. He didn't see it. Did not like the way the queen and bishops were pointing at my king side. Uh-oh. So look at this. This is kind of interesting. He trusted you. He could have just taken your bishop bows. Oh, tasty, tasty lunch. Now I did a video a while back about trusting our opponents. I sometimes do it too. I mean, you know, you guy plays bishop f4 against you and you're like, oh, I missed that. For some reason, I thought that wasn't possible. It's not possible. He could just take it. And then he blunders a pawn. Oh, gosh. He trusted you all the way. And he was like, darn it. And then he gives you this pawn. You said, thank you very much. And now let's see what you did. Knight g6, exclam. Bishop f3, exclam. Oh, you're right, though. I missed it first time around, too. Knight e7. I trusted black that he wouldn't do it. See, it's a thing of trust. Don't trust your opponent. Oh, no, and now it's a little hot. Thank you. No, I kind of like that move, I think. Good. Good. Oh, look at that knight. You put it there. That was really good. Now, we need a plan. I'm not sure what this really does. No, maybe it's okay. No, I'm gonna say it's okay. I don't like that one because it's passive. What would more active move be? Queen f4. Is your knight threatened? No. So you're losing time. c3. Oh, you went for it. So this kind of helps his knight. I don't get it. Bring your rook in. Oh, no. So this is where things fell apart. The king f1 wasn't the problem because all you need to do now is play a move like rook e1. And you're still in control of the game. But right, knight e3, king e2, knight d5, maybe an exclam move. Boom. Boom. And then this is blundering a pawn. Okay, but you don't have any time left. Now, Georgia, this is interesting, right? Because this is your first time playing this longer time control. And look what happened. You used all your time, dude. It was good. It was good. It was bad you lost the game, but it was great for your experience that you were like, oh, I can take my time here. Both players used their time. This is really good. Now, for next time, do a little work here. look, this game, we should evaluate it. I think you're doing fine, right? Maybe you even have chances to win here. You're up a pawn. Okay. Random Chronic signed up for the dojo. Nice. Nice. Okay. So cool. Dojo's growing, man. It's a beautiful thing. So, Giorgio, welcome to the dojo. We'll mark this as reviewed, and we'll go back. Next up, we have Eric Chavez Valladares. Valladares. No, I'm not saying it right, dude. Vaya con Dios. No, that's not it. That's not it. All right, let's click on Eric over here. All right. 30 years old. Okay. Eric has graduated before. Studying chess and math. Okay. 802. Just cracked the code over here. Very nice. Let's click around. Clubs. Okay, nice. It would be cool to know where you are, Eric. Does that mean you're in Mexico? I don't know, or if the club's located in Mexico. All right, now we're going to look at activity. We'll go back one. 27 hours, nice. Mostly tactics. Let's click on that bad boy. Very good. Very good. And I can just see here that your next struggle will be with these mates and twos, right? That'll be for the next cohort and what you'll need to be doing. Great. All right, Random Chronomix, thank you for being here. Okay, I got myself a delicious drink. My kid's not screaming. Life is okay, at least for a little bit. All right, let's go up and see if we got some games here. We got several. Nice. All right, let's look at this over here. Eric Chess Student. Dang, Eric Chess Student brought it here. This is a game 45. And 45 plus 15. Great. Okay. Let's get into it. We're just going to follow the principles. Weird, right? Okay, I like your analysis. One of the things, actually, it's really cool about what you're doing here is you're not looking at theory, you're not looking at the engine, you're just trying to figure out what it is. And d3 isn't a terrible move, but what's the problem? Well, you're blocking your bishop, right? So the moves that make sense, let's say, are knight f3 and knight c3. Those are the moves. You could also consider bishop c4, sure. Those are the moves. And d4 isn't terrible. So here we go, d3. Good. Little weird. In the game, I thought that advancing 2 squares would lead to en passant. Matt explained to me that this only happens when they're in the same rank. Okay, good, good. Fine, fine, weird. So what I want you to see about this is that, let's read what you write. Black broke the pin. Now in the game, I considered not taking the knight, but I would need to attack the bishop later. I was incorrect. I analyzed 2 alternative moves where continue with development and threats, I could arrive at a better position. Right. All right. So, what's interesting about this is you actually intended what happened here. And I think a default move should be move one of your pieces out. That's what you should be looking for, right? Snip. Loss of time. But it is good that you brought your knight in. Okay. Okay. And knight f6. Now, this is where I'm going to tell you the tale of Nimzovich's pig. Okay? Let me tell you this story of Nimzovich's pig. Imagine you got yourself a pig and you're going to bring that thing to market and you're asking yourself, well, how much is this pig worth? You know? Now, you might say to yourself, oh, it's just a pig. But think about it. To raise this pig, you had to feed the pig. You had to put a little fence around the pig. You had to deal with the pig when it got outside of his fence. There was a lot going on to raise that pig. Now, why am I talking about the pig in this position? Because you invested a lot of money into this knight. Let's talk about it. You invested this tempo. That was about your knight. You even put it out there. You want to bring that knight to that square. That's another tempo. A third tempo, right? And then you take this thing. Oh, no, we invested so much money in that pig. He was a good pig, too. He was a really good pig. There's nothing wrong with that pig. And that bishop on f6, you even said in your notes before that he was going to be a chump. That's why you took on f6. So there it is, the tale of Nimzovich's pig, my friends. Knight d4. Black is a little bit better. Good analysis. I agree. You're not toast, but black is a little bit better. Now, here's an interesting thing. I'm very impressed that black didn't take on f3. Because, yeah, he could double your pawns. But, well, way better is that pig he's got. See, he's the one with the little piggly wiggly now, right? And that thing is looking all over the place into your position. Little weird. b4. Now, is it a double question mark? I'm going to say no. But we do have to follow it up correctly. And you talk about bishop g4. Bishop g4 would be fine. Also, if you want to play b4, you can just play rook b1. Good move. And now you play bishop g4. Now, this would be a little spicy, but at some point we might consider a3, let him take our pawn, and then take that coconut down there. That would be my sense if I was going to gambit this pawn. Bishop g4, good. Notice, it's just stronger there than it is on f3. Okay, maybe bishop h3 is a little stronger, because now that bishop can get messed with. Queen a4. Rook a8. Mistake. Bam! Look at that. Nice move, buddy. Nice move. Look at that. At this point, you were in the 6 to 7 cohort, and you found this nice move. Brilliant. Queen d2. a3. That isn't it. So you talk about rook fb1, and yeah, to my mind, it's either rook fb1 or rook b6. Both of those moves are going to get you counterplay. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. That's not it, though, right? Rook a6. At this point, my queen was trapped, and I miscalculated the trade. Yeah, something like this. Boom, boom, boom is what you should try. Knight f3, I don't know why you'd give up his pig like that. And he is doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. Why? It's not just the pawn and stuff. His knight is amazing, right? So that's a simple move for the guy to play. Okay. Now, I want you to see that the problem actually was this move, losing time. You need counterplay. He's about to smack your pawn. So either rook b6 or rook fb1. Get those doggies rolling. All right, here we go. Rook a6, and now we blundered our rook. Doesn't make any sense. But the bad news here is this guy is up a lot of material. Good move. Trade when you're ahead. Good move. Probably okay. Oh, this guy's great. I like the way he's playing. Yep. We could resign here. Nah, don't resign. I take it back. Good try. Might as well try it out. Okay. Good move, Eric. Good move. Good game. And I hope you hear the tale of Nimzovich's pig. It will also help you with your openings, right? And I like a lot the way you did this kind of analysis in the opening. And if you could do that until the dojo says that it's time to study openings, i.e. around 1200, you will make great progress in understanding principal opening play. You will get there. Krabby Crab is here. Nice. All right, my friends, let's go to the next one. Next up, we have Rob H. Although I still have some tasks from the 7-800 cohort to complete. By the way, do it when you get the rating. And I'm still adjusting to playing longer games. I'm excited to take on the new challenges in the 8-900 cohort. In particular, I'm eager to delve into the bishop versus king endgames. Now, we put that thing in there, and this is the first person to say I'm ready for it. There we go. Which are in an area of interest for me and will help me continue to develop my endgame technique. My rapid rating is holding steady within the next cohort's range, which gives me confidence that I'm ready for the next level of difficulty. Good. I'm looking forward to pushing myself and seeing just how far this program can take me. There we go, buddy. Rob H. Let's go take a look. So, Rob H. graduates, Ontario, Canada. Playing the Yobava and constantly pushing for the initiative. Rob, listen to the last guy. The last guy was bringing it with the opening, just boom, principal play. All right, so you are there, definitely. Probably will graduate again pretty quickly here. Clubs, there we go. The Toronto Dojos, ADHD, US Evening Dojo. All right, this is good. Activity. We're going to go back one, see how you did it. 30 hours of work, looks great. Tactics, boom. A little bit of mates in two. As I said earlier, I think your next challenge are those mates rather than the Yobava London. All right, now we're going to get some games. Let's take a look. Oh, Life Can Be So Nice. This will be a good game. Life Can Be So Nice is a great person in the dojo. Definitely would do a postmortem with you. All right, so here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Honestly, you're doing fine. As long as you can develop your pieces, I'm not saying anything. Boom, boom, okay. Boom, fancy move. Life Can Be So Nice. Fancy move. Snip, snap. Knight C6, boom, boom, fine. You're doing fine. A little weird. Castles. Let's go Knight F6. Knight E7 is a little weird. It's okay. B3. Doesn't look good. Bishop B5. But bam! Take that. Life Can Be So Nice. And Life Can Be So Nice, maybe you're watching. Yes, it's a tactical mistake, but more importantly, it is a situation where you are not developing your stuff. This bishop is already out. It can already move. So you are being fancy with B3. What should you be looking for? Well, first, let's bring out our knight. And then, let's try to bust this guy open. Let's try to bust him open, bows. And in here with E4, yes, it's a pawn move, not technically a developing move, but you're going to see we're winning a tempo because he has to deal with this thing. Okay, so B3, bishop B5. Now what you actually meant was to have the other symbol, which is just the mirror image, right? So you meant to say clear advantage to black. Personally, I think you're winning, but okay, here we go. Queen D3, I have to say thank you whenever you say thank you, welcome to the dojo. Check, doesn't do anything. Queen C5. Queen B6, oh, I like that move. Oh, I like that move a lot. Not only did you win the rook, but now you're winning time. Now, let me just be a little cruel to Life Can Be So Nice. So what is going on that I see happening in the game of Life Can Be So Nice is that what I know is that Life Can Be So Nice has spent some time studying openings and found this thing. He's been studying the Catalan. Now, you don't need to know what the word Catalan means in the under 1,000 cohort. You have no need to know it at all. But the problem is life can be so nice. Spent time on that and then started blundering time in Tempe. And so what am I saying for life can be so nice? It is not about the opening where you are at. Right now, you need to focus on time and not hanging stuff, right? So it's both hanging time and hanging the piece. Here, I don't really know what you're doing. Hanging time. Well, of course, Black would like to do that. Hanging time, because now he's getting more time. Now, Queen A5 is fine. I liked your tactic of just saying, let's trade it all off. Okay, good. Okay. Good move. Very solid move. Queen A6. You say thank you. Good move. Oh, you're playing a great game here. Excuse me. I do that all the time. I'm like, terrible move, Kraai. No, you needed to take here. Without looking at the engine, this is probably the best continuation. Yep. So there it is, under 1,000 cohort. Kraai blundering pieces too. Rook A4. The game is not totally lost from this position. Well, indeed not. Why is white better? You still up the exchange. Remember, you stole a whole rook from here. And now we blundered our other piece. Okay, so here we go. Both players need to work on not hanging their coconuts, because that's what's going on over here. Boom! D4. Nice move. I like it. Very nice move. Life can be so nice. That's good. That's good. No mercy. Dark square invasion. Yeah. Oh, man, it's brutal. Check to the miserable king. Woo! Okay. So, one thing I want you to see is to win at this level, it is going to be not hanging your stuff. This is the same can be said for life can be so nice, right? And then to not be giving away time. I know. Every time I do under 1,000, it sounds like a broken record. But it really is important for those watching this thing right now. And for Rob here, that these are the skills that you need. And as we go through all these other games, I'm hoping, you'll see your plight in that of others that we're looking at their games. All right. So, flip board. No, he was here. This is Rob over here. This is Rob. Okay. So, next up we have Domo. And Domo is actually our last for the day. Domo says, again, my rating didn't update yet. Now, generally, let me just say something with the update. I think, I don't know if this is a precise case of what happened, but the dojo goes and asks, let's say Chess.com in this case, what is the rating, I think, like once a day. So when you graduate, you could be like, Bouse, I graduated. How come my rating isn't there yet? You have to give it a second. You got to give it a second, because we got a squirrel that travels over some wires to get to chess.com, and then the squirrel has to come back. It doesn't take that long because it's a very fast squirrel when you think about it, but it's got to get done before, that process happens. Usually it's about a day. All right, here we go. In fact, I think when you hit the graduate button, the squirrel is automated to go look. I think that's the way it goes. All right, here's Domo. Dominic in Poland, software developer, very nice. 905. Look at that massive jump. Massive jump. And you can see that was actually the squirrel. He came back and he was like, yeah, Domo's made it. What's up, little dude? What's up, man?
Ask me truth or dare, but about dying.
About what, bud? About dying?
Yeah.
Truth or dare? Have you ever died before?
Dare.
Oh, truth or dare? Okay, dare.
No.
Oh, you say dare? Oh, I have to give you a dare?
Yeah.
I dare you to play a chess game. Is that scary? What do you think, buddy?
I haven't played the chess game.
You already know you haven't played a chess game? See, I got you on a good dare, buddy. I don't think you're ready. You gonna play a chess game?
No.
No, you're not? You want to sit with me and watch Domo's chess game?
Okay.
No? Okay. You can come sit on my lap if you want, buddy. We're almost done here. Ah, he stole my hat. Give it back! Give it back! Give it back! Give it back! Sit on my lap for a second, you can. All right, I'm back. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh. No. That's not your hat, buddy. That's not your hat. That's not your hat. All right, let's check out Domo's game, bud. Oh, dude. Look at Domo, man. He's crushing it, man. Look at what Domo's done. He's done a lot of work, bud. Look, he's done some end games, some tactics, some books, some games and analysis, and then he's over here non-dojo. He's read a book over on the side. Dude, Domo was bringing it, man. Hold on.
Please let go of me, please.
Well, don't grab my hat. I know what you want. I know you want that hat, buddy. No hat for you.
I'm not gonna grab that.
I don't believe you.
I'm always that.
All right, buddy, we're going to look at this game, and then you can have the hat. How about that? Let's look at this game, then you can have the hat.
Hey, let me go.
No, buddy, I know your tricks. I know all about it. Hold on, buddy. Oh, all right, the French. He's playing the French, dude. Here we go. Boom, nice move. Weird. Why is it weird? Because he's blocking his pawn from doing stuff. Good move. Terrible move, giving you time. Good move. Not great. Good move. Okay. Good move. And you say he said thank you for the coconut. Thank you for the coconut. Queen B8, you're doing great. Loss of time. And you got to say thank you, right? Right, buddy? You got to say thank you. Knight C4, Queen C4. Buddy, get off. Get off. A6, good move. And now, buddy, look, he could have won a piece. How could he have done it?
Dude,
can you say something for me? Can you say, check to the miserable king?
Daddy.
Okay, wait. Say it for me, bud.
Check to the miserable king.
There you go. Check the miserable
And
king.
Daddy, is this a new chair?
Yeah, it's nice, huh? You like it? Pretty nice, huh? All right, B5, Queen G4, good move. Queen E2, good move.
Good hat.
Not a great move. Bishop B7, oh, that's a good move. There we go. Look at this. We're doing good. Boom. Oh, we're getting a little sneaky. Boom. Oh, that's a good move. In fact, that's winning. Double attack. My opponent has to give up on something now. You bet he is. Boom. That ain't it. Give me that. Okay, buddy, he's got him now. He's got him. Oh, he's trading off his stuff. Yeah, we're fine with that. Protect. Good. Protect. Good. Weird. Okay.
Why you have two computers?
I gotta have one to see my things, buddy. Boom! That's a nice move. Look at that move, bud. Boom.
You give me the hat.
Oh, look at that D2 when he crushes him. All right, we're about to be done, my friends. We're about to be done. Hold on. We're gonna mark this game as review.
Hey.
We made it to the end of the show, okay, bud? We did it.
Hey.
We did it. You're gonna fall off the chair, you animal. All right, you win. All right, let's raid somebody, bud, and then we're out of here.